Here is what I do at the gym to try and get that boulder shoulder look that we all so desperately want.
Now then, welcome back. I hope you're good. Today, people, we're going to be doing shoulders. Now, gotta be honest with you, I used to absolutely smash my front delts. Always used to smash front delts. Kinda used to neglect my side and my rears. Well, I definitely neglected my rears. So, what I decided to do for this prep coming up to my competition, as you guys know, I am competing, I know I keep on saying. I do start my shoulder workouts with working the front delts. Better shoulder press, maybe about 5 sets, and we're good to go. But my main focus and my main priority on shoulder day is focusing on my side delts and my rear delts. And I'll say this, I don't really agree with a lot of things that fitness influencers say online, but one thing they are right about, if you neglect your rear delts and your side delts, you just simply will not have that boulder shoulder look. It's as simple as that. And I'm going through that transition because like I've just said, I used to work my front delts a hell of a lot. Side delts, rear delts, nah. So in order for me to get that boulder shoulder look, which we all want, I'm going to be focusing on the sides and the rear. So again, people, I'll reiterate, you'll be coming to the gym with me, obviously, and you'll be seeing some of the exercise that I do to train my side delts and my rear delts, and a little bit of front delt as well. But like I've always said, and like I will always say, I'm not going to be forcing these exercises onto you guys. If you watch these exercises and feel like you could do them, try them out. They might help you as well. But I'm not saying you should do these because like I've always said, everyone is different. What might work for me might not work for you. Do you know what I mean? On my shoulder day, I tend to do traps as well because it's pretty close to the shoulder. And I might do triceps as well. I've got to be honest with you, I did a massive back day yesterday. A really good back day if I'm honest with you. And I normally do back and triceps on the same day. But yesterday, I thought it'd be a good idea to spend around 45 minutes to an hour just working my lats. Yeah, just my lats. Because I'm trying to get that width, do you know what I mean? So I was probably at the gym for about an hour and a half, just smashing the hell out of my back. That sounded a little bit weird, but yeah. So after about an hour and a half doing my back, I did a little bit of triceps, but it wasn't intense enough, if you know what I mean. So I feel like we're gonna be doing shoulders today, a little bit of traps and triceps. And the thing is for me, this is just the way I'm built. I am quite short for a man, if you haven't noticed. I'm roughly about 5'10", like I said in my previous video, maybe 5'11", if we can push it. And therefore, I have very short limbs, both on my arms and my legs. So naturally, I have quite stocky legs, and naturally I have quite stocky arms. That doesn't mean I don't train my biceps or my triceps, but I don't need to train them as much as someone else. So therefore, if I miss a tricep day or I don't go as hard, then it's kind of okay. That's just me though. I feel like it's something to do with genetics, so don't take that as advice in terms of what you should do. So, I'm gonna finish my pre-workout meal, which is scrambled eggs and toast, of course. One of the best meals you can have before going to the gym, in my opinion. So, yeah, I'm gonna tuck in and I'll see you in the car. Right, so we're in the car, as you can see, and the weather is absolutely dreadful. But I did just want to mention one thing, guys. This video, like the last one, is gonna be a combination of me talking to you on camera, like we just see now. And when I'm at the gym, it's gonna be a voiceover. Because right now, people, I don't have a wireless mic. And the gym that I go to is very loud, and I don't want to get done for copyright infringement. So yeah, hope you're good with that. If not, well, it sounds like a you problem. Anyway, let's get to the gym.
And we make it to the gym, people. And like I said at the start of this video, I do start off my shoulder day with dumbbell shoulder press. Now you probably can't make out, but I'm using 16 kilos in each arm. For me, that's relatively a lightweight. I know to some people that might be quite heavy, some people it might be quite light, but to me it is relatively light because I want to reserve my energy for my rear and side delts. But that doesn't mean to say that I won't be working my front delts also, because I don't want to be getting on stage in September with big rear delts and big side delts and absolutely nothing on the front. Because for those that don't know, people, if you've never stepped on stage, if you don't know what the judges are looking for, it's about proportion and symmetry, and obviously having rear delts and side delts and nose front delts, it's gonna kind of mark you down. So as you can see here, people, I did continue to use the 16 kilos in each arm. I roughly did about 12 to 13 reps. It's a weird rep range, I know, but as long as I'm getting 12 reps, I'm fully satisfied. And I roughly did 6 to 7 sets to really focus the tension and burn on my front delts. And like I always say, people, I am a massive advocate on volume. I want to make sure that I'm blasting as many reps out as I can. And remember, people, those half reps do really count. And also remember, people, no matter what exercise you're performing at the gym, make sure your technique is absolutely exquisite. Making sure that you're very slow on the descent, 2 to 3 seconds, and then explosive on the way up, making sure that you're squeezing the muscles. I mean, this is exactly what I've been doing, people, ever since I really started to concentrate and focus on what my form and my technique was like. I can honestly say, hand on heart, my performance in the gym and the overall results that I'm getting have been 1,000 times better. Because I've got to be totally straight with you, people, my form and technique, like I said in my previous video, it wasn't great at all. I mean, it was okay, like it got me to where I wanted to be, but God almighty, looking back, it was absolutely pony. Anyway, next exercise, people, as you can see, we've got the seated lateral raise. Now, it's totally up to you if you want to do it seated or stood up. I actually do a combination of both, which you'll see in this video. But yeah, I always start off my lateral raises sat down just to get the blood pumping in those side delts. Now, like I've said previously, people, I've got to be totally straight with you. My form and technique has come a long way so far. And this exercise specifically, my form and technique were absolutely horrendous. My shoulder used to come up to my ear and I'd feel more pain in my trap than anywhere on my delt. So the key thing for this exercise, people, it's not really a secret, but the main thing that you want to remember while you're doing this exercise is making sure that your hand doesn't really come above shoulder height. And I've got to be honest with you, I do like how I've said that, but looking back in the video, there were definitely some reps that came above my shoulder height. Anyway, next up, people, we've got the standard lateral raise. It's pretty much the same principle, but we're doing both arms at the same time instead of individually. As you can see, people, my hands are not going above shoulder height this time, which is terrific. And by following this rule, people, I can guarantee that your side delts will be absolutely burning by the end. So I did 15 reps of standard lateral raises, followed by 10 reps on each arm to make sure the burn is absolutely killing. So altogether for the standard lateral raise, people, we did 15 reps followed by 10 reps on each arm, and that, my friends, is one set. And I roughly did 4 to 5 sets of this to make sure that my delts were absolutely on fire, my mush. I just thought I'd have a quick mid-session flex as you do. For me, people, my opinion, the shoulder pump is by far one of the best ones that you can get. Let me know down in the comments if you agree, but yeah, the pump that you can get on your shoulders is absolutely insane. Anyway, people, moving on to the next exercise, guess what? It's more lateral raises, as you can see. Now, these ones are very similar to the ones that we did at the start. The only difference is obviously we're doing both arms at the same time rather than individually, and I've lowered the weight ever so slightly just to make sure that the form is always perfect. And I've got to be totally straight with you, people. As you can probably tell from my facial expressions, the burn was really starting to get on top of me at this point. But that, my friends, is exactly why we go to the gym in the first place. You've got to go through pain to get what you want. So once I did 12 to 15 reps on both arms together, like the standard lateral raises, I went on to do each arm individually. Again, keeping the volume high so we can guarantee muscle hypertrophy. Now, like I've said in my previous video, I do count my reps. It's anywhere between 12 to 15 reps. I think that's my rep range. But like I've always said when it comes to sets, I kind of just go until it hurts. Even at that point, I always try and work through the pain, because the reps that really hurt, that you really don't want to do, they're the reps that are really going to grow the muscle. So honestly, people, next time you're at the gym, if you're aiming for 8 reps, do 10. If you're aiming for 10, do 12. If you're aiming for 12, do 15. Honestly, it's those last reps at the end of the set that are really going to count. Now, moving on to the rear delts, people, I only really do a few exercises for rear delts because I feel like that's all you really need to do. Now, this exercise that you see here, people, I get it is quite controversial, I know, and it's not for everyone. There are some benefits, there are some risks that come with this exercise. You know, some people say it's not good for posture, it's not good for form, which I totally get. But for me, people, I've got to be totally honest with you, this exercise just works for me. I can really feel the burn and the pain in my rear delts. So therefore, I will continue to do this exercise, 5 sets of 12 reps. And I will say, on a side note, for that last exercise, people, I don't really go heavy just because it is behind the head and it can be quite awkward. So you want to make sure it is a light to medium weight and you're making sure that the form is perfect. Moving on, sticking with the rear delts, as you can see, I'm pretty sure you will all be aware of this exercise. It is a reverse pec deck fly. This is something that I've neglected for quite some time. I started doing this roughly about 2 to 3 months ago, but prior to that I really neglected it. But I can honestly say, hand on heart, my rear delts have benefited from this so much. And again, people, the repetition range, 12 to 15 reps. Sets, I haven't got a clue until it absolutely killed me. And next up, people, as you can see, we move on to the traps. Now, I've got to be totally honest with you, people, the only thing I do for traps are shrugs, because I believe that's the only effective thing that you can do, in my personal opinion. I do my shrugs on the Smith machine with a 20 plate on each side, and I like to have the bar behind me and shrug from the back. I don't know why, but I just don't feel like I'm getting that much contraction in the muscle when I'm doing it from the front. It just doesn't feel right, and I feel like when I'm shrugging from behind, it just feels 1,000 times better, but that's just me. So after I've done 20 shrugs on the Smith machine, I do then focus on each trap on each side by picking up a 20 plate and doing 20 shrugs on each side. So altogether, people, for shrugs, we do 20 reps on the Smith machine and then 20 reps on each arm individually with a 20 plate. And what better way to end the session with a bit of flexing? Will my shoulders grow? God, only time will tell. Keep up to date. And that, my friends, is shoulder day done. Now, I've got to be totally straight with you. I wasn't truly satisfied with that workout. I don't know why. I can't really put my finger on it.
But yeah, I just didn't think that was a really, really brutal workout. I know, call me sad, right? But I don't know what it was. I think every time I looked in the mirror, I just wasn't truly satisfied with myself, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you watching this might go through the same thing. I think we're all like that, to be fair. Like, when we look in the mirror, even though to other people we might look good, to ourselves we look absolutely and that's what I was doing today. Every time I looked in the mirror, when I was doing the workouts, when I was doing the exercises, I just wasn't satisfied whatsoever. And I kind of think that negativity impacted my workout. And I don't know what it is for the past couple of weeks. My left side of my body seems to be getting more of a pump and looking better than my right side. Like, I know no one's perfect, and I know we as human beings aren't fully down to a T symmetrical. I know that. But honest to God, I don't know if it was the lighting, if I'm going heavier on my left side. I don't know what it is, but yeah. My left side just seems to be looking a lot more fuller than my right. It is so weird, and it's me off. But yeah, like I say, the shoulder workout is done. I went in there and I got what I needed to do done. I did do a little bit of triceps at the end as well, but at that point my head was kind of west, and I thought, you know what, let's just save it for another day and let's blast them another day. I don't know what it is, people. I'm really, really deflated right now. Let me know down in the comments if you've ever feeling like this before, but yeah, it's not a great feeling. I kind of feel like the day and the workout has gone to waste, even though it's not, because I feel like I will be aching slightly tomorrow. But looking back in hindsight right now, I definitely could have gone harder, and I kind of kick myself for that every now and then. But listen, people, that's life. We have off days, we have on days, we have good days, we have bad days. We move. Anyway, people, on that cheerful note, I'll end the video. Oh God, what am I like, man? Yeah, catch me on the next video, people. I think we've got legs next session. Yeah, Jesus, we've got legs. Oh God. Yeah, anyway, people, catch me on the next video. Like and subscribe, all that sort of jazz, and I'll see you on leg day.